So I noticed a weird thing earlier today. I took a run, I accepted a trip off of the Uber app, and I immediately got irritated for no reason, right? And I'm sitting here, driving on my way to go pick up this person, trying to figure out, okay, well, what changed in my thoughts? What changed in my field? Why am I all of a sudden just, irritable? And I couldn't figure it out. There was no reason, no explanation. And it seemed like the longer I took, the more irritated I got. The longer I took to go get this gentleman, the more irritated I became. And then I finally get to the person and pick him up, and I could plainly see that this gentleman was, irritated. He had to wait for his ride. Probably didn't want to. If some people just have to suffer that way. All you riders ought to have a driver in your back pocket. Anyways. Yeah, so then I take this gentleman where he's got to go and all like that. Conversation was minimal and the irritability was getting stronger. And seemed to have plateaued. And then I was, just driving around, driving this dude to where he's got to go, trying to figure out why I was irritable and everything. And then he gets out of my car and then the irritation just vanishes, right? Just poof, be gone, it's gone. So that tells me one of two things. If people in general ever experience that type of a scenario, where you're speaking to another person online or texting or what have you, and you get irritable or otherwise experience an emotion that you're not used to experiencing for no reason, then they're probably picking up on the person on the other end of the digital network. I do believe the World Wide Web has become a digital infrastructure of artificial light. A light railway, an artificial light railway. I do believe we as energetic beings can surf this. I do believe we can influence the algorithms just by thinking about it, just by feeling about it. I really do believe so. I do believe we can receive downloads from spirit, messages from source, messages from other light workers through the digital network, just by asking for that. You light workers, you know what I mean. If that's true, if we can interface with the artificial light system, if we can do that, that means other beings can do that too, namely the archons. Maybe that's why sometimes the algorithm gets all mopey and starts feeding you more sad. They want that loosh. They want your energy. They can harvest it through the network. I do believe so. I do believe screens are bad. Screens themselves. They say, look at this. This is a black mirror, okay? Which is a scrying mirror, right? So, yeah, it should function like a scrying mirror. It should absolutely function like a scrying mirror. Except for most scrying mirrors don't have an artificial system of light networked right behind it. Okay, see? It certainly appears that they're mimicking the energetic network of light that we are, that surrounds the earth, that is the earth, that permeates everything. They're trying to mimic that because they don't have that. They want that. So they built a fake one. That's what they did, and they connected us all to it. I do believe we can surf this. I do believe we can interface with this and make it work to our benefit. We can cause it to give us the good information, the truth. We can cause it to feed us happy algorithms and peaceful things and knowledge. Instead of just all that dark evil growth, blah, fear and anger and all hatred and all those things, all the louche energies. Anyway, that's my spiel. You all ought to pay attention and see if you can experience what I'm talking about. Can you be texting with someone and pick up on their emotional state? Can you feel their emotional state on the other end of the phone through the screens? Can you do that? I think I can do that. I think probably everybody can do that if we just have to pay attention. Pay attention, man. Later.